Sir, you have been involved in many conflict resolution initiatives, which is something most people may not know about. There is Colombia, there is Sri Lanka, you have been involved in Kashmir and other places as well. One of the most interesting things for me, I study geopolitics, is that you were instrumental in a certain way in bringing the end to the Colombian conflict with FARC, which is a conflict that was going on for decades. Could you please speak a little bit about that, your involvement in that?
Our volunteers were working with the displaced people in Colombia. There were 20 million people who were displaced.
20 million, wow.
So they have been working with them and giving them solace and helping them to get over traumas and all that. For that, the president of Colombia, they gave me the highest civilian award.
I see.
So in the award ceremony, when I went to receive it, there is a formal handshake with the president. Supposed to last for 5 minutes, but we sat for about 55 minutes. And then he said, look, there is only military option left because these people have not relented to anything. The Europeans tried, Norwegians tried, European Parliament tried, Norwegians tried, America has tried all sorts of mediation. That hasn't worked. So we can't live like this, every day they are bringing down the telephone towers, every day they are bringing down, they're stopping the water. What do we do with all these sort of things? So I'm going to go on a military option. But my concern is if I go on a military option, 40,000 lives will be lost. That is very painful for me. I told you, why not I go and talk to them. He said, I don't think it's going to work, but anyway, any help is welcome. That's what President Santos said. So then I took a charter flight and I went to Cuba, Havana, where they were all there.
Okay.
There were 14 of them, commandos. So when I went there in the beginning, they were not interested to see me because they said, our religion is Karl Marx, our head is Karl Marx.
Okay.
And Zinda Vesta is, what is that book of? That is our Bible. We'll follow, Karl Marx and that's it. We're not interested in meeting anyone spiritual. So that evening I had a talk at the University of Havana and I also conducted a meditation. So they sent someone to check me out. So those people who came to check me out, they gave them a good report, it looks like.
Okay.
They said, it looks good, you should meet with them. Because Gurudev has an influence around the world, so maybe he can influence the Colombian government. So they wanted to come and meet with me. I said, I invited them to the hotel where I was. They came. Their intention was to gain international support for them and asking me to go and tell the Colombian government, stop atrocities against them.
Okay.
That was their request. To make the last story short, so in 3 days they sat with me, meditated and we spoke. I told them, yes, I understand you're also victim. You're not enjoying your life in the forest. You're leaving your family out there in the city. I understand, but the way you have chosen of violence, I don't approve of it. I said, I am for social justice. We do a lot of work on social justice around the world. If you drop that and adopt the non-violence as your method, I'm with you. Then, on the third day they came with me. They said, we will from now on take the Gandhian principle of non-violence. They came, they agreed to peace talks, agreed to sign, stop violence. In the beginning, neither the government of Colombia nor the journalists were ready to believe this. They thought this is another gimmicks of them to buy time. But then I told them, give them some time, You should give them little benefit of doubt. And in 1 month's time, things started moving and it got settled. Peace agreement was made.
It's incredible that you were able to get through to a bunch of people who essentially believed in violence only.
Inside every culprit, there is a victim crying for help. We must know that. See, in Denmark, we have been working with the gang members.
I see.
About 6,000 gang members we had touched upon last 7 years or so. Last September, I went to Denmark to address them. They were so transformed.
I see.
Then the Parliament of Denmark, they organized the mental health conference, asked me to come and address them. And everybody was surprised how in short period of time, these men who are moving around with guns and have shot many people have come into reconciliation and peace to do constructive social work. And then now the government has asked us to work in all their prisons in Denmark.